Cornerstone Church. If I haven't met you, my name is Mark Vance. I serve here at this church as the lead pastor at Cornerstone. And this past Sunday, as we went into the message, I shared a quote from Pastor J.D. Greer, where he said, "Sometimes there are weeks when the news comes faster than your heart can keep up." And that's true today, right? We're gathered here to pray, to try and do something in front of God that lets our hearts keep up to something that we can't quite comprehend. This sort of senseless tragedy that you're not supposed to comprehend. We're here because last night, at the first week of our summer Salt Company College ministry, as it was about to begin, there was a tragic shooting that involved 2 young members of our Cornerstone Church family. Due to the fact there's an ongoing investigation, just out of honor for the family, for that process, I'm not going to mention names, but I want you to know, even though people aren't named, it's not because they're not known. They're known, they're loved, they're treasured, and that's why there's tears and there's grief. Because when what is dear is lost, mourning is what we do to say that we love. We're praying for the law enforcement officials as they complete that investigation. We're thankful for the compassion and the professionalism they've shown through all this to all of us. And right now, we're going to lean on the promises of what God's Word says. Psalm 34:18 says that God is near to the brokenhearted. So that might mean that maybe this is the room that God's closest to in the world right now. Because we're brokenhearted. And we need God. So together, we're simply here to grieve and to cry and to pray. To do that in a way that brings some form of help and comfort. We're asking God to comfort and help us. And even to help and comfort, there are numerous pastors. I think I got a note from almost every pastor in Ames telling us how they were praying for the families involved, for our church. And so they're here, that if you need somebody to talk with and to care for you afterwards, we'll be here to spend as long as we need to spend to be here for you. But we also wanted to grieve in such a way that said we had a hope beyond our grief. Because we do know that for 2 precious sisters that were lost last night, they had already been found by Jesus. Which means that death won't be the ultimate word over their life, and it won't be the ultimate word over this church. This place can't be marked by the message of death when we have the one who conquered death that we worship. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to celebrate the resurrection with tears. We're going to trust in the God who is bigger than our pain. We're not going to act like our pain isn't real. It is. But we're also not going to act like God isn't real, because He is. And so what I want to do as we start is just literally give you a minute in silence to remember those that we've lost, to pray silently. And then I'm going to have Jacob come up, and we're just going to try to sing something of our heart out to God. And we're going to ask God to come and to help and to heal. So I'm going to spend just a moment in silence together.